Fear? No, I don't care about my life. When you're working for the nation, the kind of valor what you get inside is different. To steal an election, you don't need to steal all the machines. You don't need to manipulate all the machines. Manipulate even 10% of the machines is more than enough. There are several stages where criminal can attack these machines. One may be at the origin itself, where a large-scale manipulation can happen without even we knowing about it. Like something, if it is happening inside the machine, you will not even come to know. The chips, what they are buying today, they are buying it from a company from Japan and company from USA. Maybe with their history and all, you may say that they are the most reputed company, so we are believing them. You write all those points out. I demand the Election Commission, let them write all those points that these are those areas or these are those stages where we believed that these machines will be secure. They have to mention that. They have to make it public to the everything public, so that people know that where all this government or this election commission went by trust. I think there is an article in Times of India where they started saying that there is a secure machine software or something they call SMS. I didn't read the complete article in detail. I have to read through it. They say that the M3 machines are coming with that secure software. With that, this software, the machines will be unhackable or no one can penetrate them. What I want to say is, all those things are fine when attack is coming from outside. When an insider is compromised, how do you say? You are today calling them as secure, believing one is the logical code inside which you have no grip. Another one is the checks and balances what you have spread across lakhs of officers across the field, completely believing that everybody are sincere to their job. Coincidentally, what happened is somebody called me up who is part of the selection commission and said that I want to get you a mission. You are claiming that you can hack the mission. Will you be able to do it if you give a original mission? Then we said yes. We were so excited because we already saw something how it can be done, and we were so excited, and we said yes. So we demonstrated two of the loopholes. One is how to attack a display unit, where the display is the only way through which you will actually show the result, and people all have to believe whatever is shown on the display. So we simply try to put something as a man in the middle. That's how everybody started talking about wireless and Bluetooth. It is not necessarily required that only wireless or Bluetooth, or I mean to say, a protocol needs to be used. You can use any RF to do so. We did use the simple chips, whatever we have on hand, with whatever minimum time we have. And the other one is how to manipulate in the memories. We try to demonstrate that the memory chips that are used are also so insecure, and it is very simple to change the votes in the memory. In fact, we also demonstrated how we can show the order of votes that were voted inside. That means you can actually take out those votes. There are further more vulnerabilities are there in this mission, which we didn't get time to explore. That is, right? So we did the attack. And what we did is, we didn't keep silent. Immediately what we did is, we went to we first wrote the paper on that. We wrote the paper and we released the paper, which was selected in ACM-CCS, which is one of the prestigious organizations. And after that, I went to a news channel, TV9, which is a famous news channel in AP, and presented the video. We showed the video. While actually shooting the video, I mean to say, when we really hacked it, we took the video in such a way that we demonstrated we displayed the control unit number. Why? Because Election Commission started saying that this is not my machine, it is a look-alike, so we don't agree. That's the reason we want to clearly mention that this is the machine belongs to the Election Commission. They have no other good than to accept it. Then they filed a case against me saying that the machine was stolen. In fact, the machine was sent back again and it went to the same place from where it came. In fact, I even doesn't know from where it has come. And the person who saw us demonstrating, the only request he made to us is, please don't disclose my name. Whatever happened has happened. I'm been arrested on 2010 August 21st, and I was there inside for 8 days. And after that, I was released on bail, where the bail has come like an order. Where the judge started praising me, saying that if what this guy has done is wrong, the Election Commission has to prove that it is with some intention. He doesn't have any intention, so he needs to be rewarded, revealing those flaws and loopholes in the machine. I lost about 4.5 years of my professional career, because no engineer was ready to work with me. I lost orders from my clients also, because software industry is a sensitive industry, So there is no meaning of actually discussing about it. Because I suffered because of the 2010 incident. I suffered almost about 4.5 years to 5 years to recover my company and again bring it back into the trail. In fact, I stepped out of technology and went into real estate to survive. Not everybody will dare to do so, right? Not everybody will dare to do so, because of that incident, the police started coming to our office and start questioning all my engineers, saying that what they touched in the machine, what they try to meddle with the machine. This kind of things will scare the software engineers and they will run away. And I have to actually virtually shut down or almost I shut down the operations or paused the operations for a while. The same thing can happen to others also, if at all they raise their voice. Yes, no, I don't care about my life. When you are working for the nation, the kind of valor what you get inside is different, which will give you a lot of strength, You'll enjoy when you are fighting for your country. I never cared about such kind of threats. Or I got such kind of threats. When I heard this Suja saying that so many people got killed and all, I heard that it is a drama and he is duping everyone. I don't think we have such kind of, what do you call, I don't know. The stakes are very high. You can't rule out also. But I never faced any such kind of threats. My family doesn't like. In fact, my family is so scared because they saw the police from Mumbai coming and picking me from my house at 5 o'clock in the morning. That was the day exactly, 20th was my marriage day, and the next day morning they picked me from home, and she was so worried. And she's scared. Like anytime this kind of topic comes and somebody takes my name, she gets worried. Because the 8 days, it was only 8 days, in fact. But for her, that 8 days was like hell. Because she doesn't know, because people from outside will start giving different advices saying that, okay, they may not leave him, they may kill him. All these kind of cinematic scripts will come to her, right? Maybe that was what the family was worried. But I never bothered to do so. I always felt proud of what I did. Because till the time I don't do anything wrong or without any motive, I always feel that I did what I did is right and I stand by it. I clearly mentioned that in electronics it's impossible to prove what it did. The only thing what you can prove is that it is possible. We cannot prove that it has happened like this unless it is what we call a recovery of memory through an operating system. And this is completely an embedded microcontroller on which they write a C code through which they execute it, and there is no operating system built in. the so-called practical conditions is they assume that all the checks and balances what they have put in place will be followed with true spirit by everyone. This is what they expect. But if criminals are there in the field, criminals will never follow the rules. Right? I think some of them attempted. I didn't go because I said that is a big farce of actually asking them to demonstrate a machine which is nowhere, which is impossible in nature. To steal an election, you don't need to steal all the machines. You don't need to manipulate all the machines. Manipulate even 10% of the machines is more than enough. Forget about win or lose. Even one machine is hacked, then the entire technology is unfit for an election. That's what we have to consider. It has to be 100% secure. You can't say that most of the part is secure and everything to be transparent. This is what I want to say. So I even today, an election commission is claiming that they are secure and all. I want to say that make it transparent today itself so that you can shut the mouth of many people like Hari Prasad. Some may come out, some may not come out. Just make the entire architecture open. Put all the steps. Let the people question you if at all you did wrong. That is called transparency. See, secrecy is not a process of securing democracy. Ballot has to be secret, but not the process. These guys are trying to make the process to be the secret, which is completely denied from the beginning by us. And the recent election, if you take, after the VVPAT, in fact, what you guys also have to observe is, see the patterns before VVPAT and after the VVPAT. There are lot many issues that have come out after VVPAT. People started saying that it was only printing to a particular party, which was proven, which was videographed. But for the citizens of this country, they need a free and fair election, not just by some sort of a, confidence or trust. It has to be really transparent and accountable. It is not like somebody has to trust somebody's machine and think that because Election Commission has told that they are secure, you believe that they are secure. You have to witness that they are secure. And that witnessing can happen only when you keep everything open.